Outdoors is here. Indoors is over and done with. Women were fifth, men were 13th, I think. Um, Hurts my heart to say those numbers. Those are really big numbers there. But it is what it is, and we'll try to do better outdoors. Um, Going to splitting up the squad this weekend and ballistic events going to San Diego, and then the distance runners are going to stay here, and then they're going to go to Stanford at the end of spring break. And we're going to use this as a training opportunity, so much so that we're going to be training at the training center in Chula Vista, and then travel to San Diego State for the meet there on the front end, which is Friday, Saturday coming up. Lots of entries, lots of people there. The big squad's going, everybody. So I think everybody is off to one of those two sites to get it done and compete.
Projections say that you're not going to have big numbers at the end of the outdoor season like you did the indoor season. What did you think when you saw the preseason rankings?
Shocked, surprised. For the men to be one and the women to be two, I think that's a big surprise, almost to the point to where I wonder what the people that are making those projections and those guesses, what meets they're watching. We were fifth. Those same teams outdoors are going to be, or same teams indoors are going to be competing outdoors. So maybe they know better than most. But Nick Saban would say, you guys, that's why we play the games.
Obviously, they're optimistic that some of the individuals that did compete indoors are going to be coming back outdoors. What's your optimism?
Yeah, absolutely. All those people that you asked me about that were never on the entry sheet, we should see some of those. If I'm tipping my hand, you'll see Katie Rainsberger in the 10K coming up here at Stanford. So that's a name that you didn't get to hear indoors, and she's going to open up there at Stanford.
You know, with everything that happened in the indoor season, with losing some of the athletes, having so many injured, did you go into indoors being like, well, with a different set of expectations and maybe years past, so maybe less disappointment than what you would have had if you had a more full, complete team?
I laugh and I smile because I'm excited this time of year because Tiger Woods is back. And he gets this question that you just asked a lot of time. Expectations, expectations, expectations. And for so long, he's always answered that question. My expectation is what it's always been, to win. Like, why am I here unless I'm going to win? And the Ducks have some of that same mentality there, is to win. Like, we go into these championships to put our best foot forward and win. That's what we get paid to do. That's what the kids come here to do. They want to be part of that winning tradition and to win. Now, winning isn't the end-all, be-all. I'm assuming somebody would agree with that there, but we want to win. And our motto and our mission statement that is in the fiber of what we've been able to do here over my 6-year tenure as the shepherd of the program is to be perennial contenders in every championship. And what that means is both cross-country, indoors, and outdoors is to get a trophy, to be in the conversation and get a trophy, in those top 4 spots and get a trophy. And I think I did Josh said put some video out that talked about that when we were talking to our team about the expectations of what we're trying to do going into the indoor championship. And it didn't change. It was to win. The next man up theory, no matter who we have or who we lose and those things, we have a good group of kids here and a large group of kids here, and maybe they just have to mature or bake or get ready a lot faster when these things that you're mentioning comes up and happenings. But I think we have the personnel, I think we have the lineups, I think we have the bullets. People talk about bullets. Are we going to go to the meet? Do we have enough bullets? So I think we have the bullets here. Just where is what maturity level are some of those bullets? So this large freshman class that we've had this year, the largest that I've had since I've been here, and 30-some newcomers on our team. With those departures and those injuries and those things like that, they got to grow up probably quicker than we would like them to, but the circumstances and the situations dictate that. And we try to help them grow through that process there. So long answer to say our expectation was to get a trophy there at the indoor championship.
So if you look back at indoors now once and use that as a lesson. Like, hey, that wasn't good enough. That's not. I've been telling you that's not what you came here to do.
Absolutely. It doesn't change just because that we didn't get the outcome that we wanted to. It's absolutely unacceptable. And we told them that and talked about that's unacceptable. Before we have all these unacceptable speeches to them, we talk to our staff because it starts there. Because they recruited these people, we coach these people, we got to get these people ready. So for us to go there and have a performance like that and not meet our mission statement and our goals, even though however justified it may be, you lose Raven, you lose Asia, you lose Hannah, however justified it be, it's not acceptable. We got to find a way and figure it out to get it done. That's what we're here to do. And we, like I said, we have the bullets, the personnel, the people, the kids, the talent to get that done. And I took a lot of that blame upon myself because we knew that we had to be there going into the 4x4 to get a trophy, to be fourth. And we messed that up and didn't get that done. And so that's probably my fault why that happened. And I told the kids that, I told our staff that. So very, very transparent, very upfront in what we were trying to do here.
I think back now to some of the interviews you did at the early part of the indoor season. So were you kind of on alert right from the beginning, like,
yeah, like
this isn't getting through?
Yeah, we're not. This isn't a last minute thing. You get there to the indoor championship, like, oh wow, like where did this come from? You can kind of see these things coming, and because we've had so much success here, you kind of know what it takes, and there's different avenues for it to take. But for none of those avenues to be taking hold, and for none of those things to be resonating with the young group, we've had a lot of talks and conversations. I don't know how many interviews I've done where I take my hat off and point to my gray hairs with all these newcomers and all the young people that it takes, because we're teaching a lot more than we have in the past, because we had people that had already been in the system and knew what to expect. So this year has been a lot of teaching the basics and the fundamentals, for somebody would say the Oregon way, and how we do things here. And having done that, you go through some growing pains, and you have some heart-to-heart conversations, and you have some kicking the pants, and you have some yellings and some cussings, and all of those things are all part of it, whatever it is to reach that individual, and everybody is different. So all of those things don't apply or work with everyone. So you got to be multifaceted in your approach with these many different individuals that you have on your team. But all it is necessary.
Did it get around though? Do you feel like there's a different mindset now going to the outdoor season?
I think that it was eye-opening. Yeah. I think they have. I think they have a better expectation and a better idea of what it takes, having been there and been in the fire. Some of those same new people that we're talking about. So they definitely understand what it takes, and now they get what we say when we say, "Hey, we got to take this thing up another notch or so." So that's been important.
To Rob's point, you started that conversation right after the first indoor meet of the season. Do you anticipate different results at the start of the indoor season, or excuse me, the outdoor season, the first meet? Is there something you're looking for this weekend to see if that message has gotten through right away?
No, you don't ever kind of put those type of expectations on this first meet, or maybe even the first couple of meets, because they're still new and they're still learning, and of course now we move into outdoors, but they have a better expectation of what it takes to do the work, the process, better understanding of the process, the work and the things that you have to do in practice. And you can't just lollygag through some of the reps and some of the things that we're doing in practice, some of the runs in practice. You're not giving your best efforts there. So it is still the first meet. We're still going to have some odd off events, and more so for us, it's going to be a training cycle for us. So you're going to see some people only run the 4x1. You're going to see some people run the 100. You're going to see some people run the 800. Cam Stone is in the 800. So that's an odd event for him because he's a quarter miler. Him and Orwin. So those type things are odd events, and we've always traditionally done this exact same thing during this weekend. So that won't change. Just the mindset and the mentality is more important, and I don't know if you can judge that from this first meet.
During your time in Chula Vista, are you actually going to be staying at
the
Olympic Training Center?
Absolutely.
So what do you get to do while you're there that's other than just using their track? I mean, are there different facilities that they have that you don't have that you'll be able to take advantage of?
Come on, we're Oregon. We have everything. I don't think there's anything that they have that we don't have. It's just an ability to just have it all housed there. When we usually do these trips, we stay at a hotel, we get on a bus or van or walk or wherever, depending on how close we are, and go to Arizona, or we've been to San Diego State before, we've been to UCLA, we've been to USC, we've been to a little bit of everywhere. Last year we were in Florida, so they allowed us to use their weight room and facilities and things like that. So we've been just about everywhere, and it's the same. This one particular thing just has it all in-house.
This training cycle you mentioned, it's not a result of what happened in indoors. It's just something you guys do every year?
Correct.
Okay. And then is this typical growth for the freshmen, and it's just maybe more apparent because you don't have those vets to cover it up?
Yeah, you're exactly right. You couldn't be spot on. Like, we didn't just get new kids into our program this year, even though we've got more than we normally have, but this would have been part of the process. And then when I say the process, you have juniors and sophomores work together, you have sophomores and freshmen work together, you have seniors and juniors work together. So there's a process. So, and then anything upsets that, which those kids that left, they should have left because the money that they were offered deserved for them to leave. So we want them to go and pursue their dreams, and that's part of the reason why they come to the University of Oregon. But from a programmatic standpoint, it definitely causes you to scramble a little bit, because this wasn't supposed to be a problem until next year. But then by next year, you would have had those freshmen would have been sophomores, and so it wouldn't have been so apparent or evident. It would just, the ball would have kept rolling.
You said that this is the most number of freshmen you've ever had, or newcomers?
Freshmen and
both?
newcomers.
So
both.
both. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned Katie's going to run in Stanford, and where's she at right now? Is it a couple weeks away still?
No, the meet is not this Friday, but next Friday, and she's going to run there.
Okay. You said she's going to run a 10K?
10K. Yeah.
Is that a new thing for her?
Same look as everybody, like 10K. No, she's running the 10K.
Thanks, Coach.
No problem.
Yeah.